Drink Wine, Be Crafty. I'm Megan, and I'm so glad that you're here checking out this tutorial video. I do new tutorials each week. I have new wine each week, and I'm always doing giveaways. So definitely subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you can be in the know on all of my projects and giveaways. I've got one coming up, so you definitely want to be in the know on this one. It's going to be a good one. But in this video, I am doing a tutorial on these macrame earrings. Super fun project, great for beginners. I'll give you a more close-up view in a sec. It's hard to see, but very, very good project for beginners. And you'll need some cotton cord, which I purchased at Michael's. You will need 8 strands of the cord, 18 inches long. 8 strands, 18 inches for each earring. So in this video, I'm only going to be doing one of the earrings, so I have 8, but in all you'll need 16. You will need earrings, which I also purchased at Michael's. These are kind of, I guess you would say, like a raindrop shape, and you will need some super glue. And if you're having wine, grab your glass of wine. I went safe today. I'm drinking Gallo Family Cabernet. You guys know I love red wine. Next week I'm going to try something. I'm going to think outside of the box and try something new. But today I went the safe route. But yeah, grab your glass of wine and let's get into the craft. First I want to give you a more close-up view of the earrings. We have some crisscross action going on and some half-hitch knots. So I'm going to show you step by step how to get this effect. And we're only going to be working with one of the earrings today, so I'm going to actually tack this down. I have some corkboard underneath my paper here, and make sure you have it turned the correct direction. Make sure you're working on the front of the earring. And whenever I originally did this, I did not pin it, I just held it, but for the purposes of this video. So what you want to do is grab the ends of the rope and pull it together until you get a loop, and then you're going to go under the earring and you're going to pull that loop up and grab the 2 strings and pull it through the loop to do a lark's head knot to get them on there. And it's okay if it moves around while you're trying to pull it. You can position them where you want them to go when you get them tightened. So you're going to do that 4 times on each side. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time here. 4 times on each side with the lark's head knot, and I'm just going to lift it to move it out of the way so you guys can see. So again, put the ends of the string together and make a loop, putting that loop underneath the earring, and then you're going to lift the loop up so you can grab the string and pull it through the loop. And continue doing that 2 more times on this side, and then we're going to do 4 on the other side. Now that we've connected all 8 strings, I'm just going to put a little dot of super glue right beside the last rope on each side, and make sure you pull the rope forward because it's not going to maneuver back and forth once you put a little bit of glue. But I'm doing this because if I don't, then the ropes will just slide all over the place, and this, just a tiny dot right beside it, holds it in place really well, and just give that a little time to dry. Alright, the glue is dry. Now I'm going to show you how to get the crisscross effect with the rope. So what you're going to do is take the first one and you're going to pull that one down, and then you're going to go to the, sorry I can't really move these bottom ones out of the way, but go to the next one and pull it over the top of that one, and then just keep going side to side doing the same thing. So we're going to get the next one on the other side and put it across the top of that one, and the next one on the other side, and pull it across the top of all of them, and keep doing that from side to side until we have all of our ropes crisscrossed. And then once we get to those last ones, hopefully this is not hard for you guys to see, but you're gonna just get those that are glued down and lift them. Maybe just hold on to these and then lift those and pull those over the top, and then go to the other side and do the same. So that's it on getting that effect, and now we're going to get into tying the knots at the bottom. Okay, now to do the knots at the bottom of the earring, the first thing that you're going to need to do is to get the ropes underneath the earring. Right now I have them over the top of the earring, and we're going to put all of them through the middle so they're under the bar of the earring. So get that done real quick, if I can. Okay, now that they're all under, we'll do the same thing on the other side, but we'll start with this side. You're going to take the very first piece of cord, and what you're going to do is go over the earring, under, and pull it through. And I will show this to you in slow motion several times. This is the only knot that you do through the whole project. We end up doing 3 rows of this with each of the cords. Now each cord you do it twice before you move on to the next one. So moving on to the next cord, and you're going to do the half hitch knot. You do it double, so you do it twice with each cord. And make sure you have the right one. It does get a little tricky with all of the rope bunched up together. So over the top, and pull it through, pull it up. And again, it may slide around, but until you do the second loop with the cord, it doesn't really tighten fully anyway. And then once you do the second one, just pull it as tight as you can, and you can adjust them if you need to along the way. Show you guys one more time in slow motion, and then once you have this down, it's all you have to do over and over again. And continue until we get to the end, and I'll show you guys how to come back the next row. So we have finished the first round of the 16 strings, and to do the next row, it's a little bit different. We're going to do the same knot, but you have to go ahead and tighten it as tight as you can. And then I'm going to show you how to do the next one. Now with this, you're going to use the very first piece of cord is what we're going to use to guide our knots. So you're going to be doing the knot around that cord, and to do that you're going to take the second one, go under that cord, and do the same knot. So you're going around it,
And then you're going to put, sorry, make sure you can see this really well. Go around that piece of cord and put it under and through the hole and pull it. Now, whenever you pull it tight, you want to bring the piece up as close to the earring as possible so it pulls really tight. It's okay if you hold it down while you're tying the knot, but when you're putting the yarn through, but when you're tightening it, let me see if I can explain this. Go ahead and pull that cord really, really close to the earring to keep that knot tight and close to the other ones. So do that again for each knot, and again you're doing 2 half hitch, you're doing double half hitch, so you're doing 2 of these per cord. Pull it really tight, keeping that close to the earring. Do a couple more slowly here so you can see. And then once we get to the other side, show you how to come back the other direction. Now that we've reached the end, we're going to use the same rope as the base for the knots, and we're just going to go back the other direction, but still using the same cord to do the knots around. So doing it the exact same way, but just reverse the direction you're going in here. And again, I'll show you a couple times just to make sure that it's clear. Now you're going to go under and then over the top and pull it through. And you're going to do that twice per cord. But maybe this angle is a little bit easier for you guys to see, so I'm going to do this one a couple times where it's clear exactly what I'm doing. Now the hard part is over. We've done all of the knots. Now the next step will be to fringe the bottom of the rope. This part is not hard, but it can be a little tedious. You can pull on this first rope and it'll straighten out. But what you will do to fringe, or at least my process, I use a pin. You can use a tack or a pin or a needle, but you twist it and you get between the threads just at the end of it just to get it started and pull up. And once you get that started, you can just start unraveling it. You can twist it to unravel it. Actually, what I usually do is just grab the ends and pull, and the earring will spin around and then it'll unravel that way. But there are 6 individual strands in each of these, so now we have 3. So to get it to finish this row, you can get your pin and pull it through just to loosen everything up a little bit, and then do the same thing to get the smaller pieces. This part's a little bit harder to see, but if you twist it, you can see the individual strands, and just put your pin through that and pull it straight up, and that's all you have to do. Just doing that to each of these, so they each have 6 strands. So again, it's not hard, it just is a little bit tedious to go through the process of getting all of these individual strands separated. And I'm losing my pen here. And then once you have your fringe done, you can trim it however you want. I know you could do it like in a V shape. I did, at this point, mine are just cut straight across, but I have contemplated whether I want to do it in a different shape. And then I just take my nails and straighten them out and pull it down. Now my other pieces of rope are longer at this point. That was the shorter end, and I want to get all the other ones to that length instead of fringing them first. That would be a lot of extra work, unnecessary work. So grab some scissors and cut off the excess. It does not have to be perfect, because once I finish with the fringe, then I go back and just shape it and get the length that I want. And again, that's totally up to you on how long or short you would want the fringe, but just roughly cut it at this point to get that length out of there. And continue with the fringe, guys. So that's it, guys. Once you finish with the fringe, you'll have the final product. I really, really hope that you like the way that these turned out. I hope you enjoyed this craft, and definitely remember again to subscribe and come back and check out my next tutorial videos, guys. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.